So I had a little bit of a cough this week, and I'm not like someone who's good at taking medicine.
Mhm.
But there's Mucinex makes a nighttime cough syrup that really
Do it.
it does one of two things, right? So either it hits me hard enough that I fall asleep instantly, and then I wake up 8 hours later like, feeling like I was just frozen in carbonite. I'm still in the same position, I
Yeah.
haven't moved, and then I go, "Ah, ah, ah," I'm being unfrozen or
Yes,
something.
that's what I was thinking. You were, like, cryogenically frozen for just a little bit.
Or, the opposite side of that is it wakes me up, like, an hour later, and I'm unbelievably restless, and I can't go back to sleep, and I feel out of my mind, and then no matter what, no matter which of those 2, outcomes, possible outcomes, uh, then the result is the entire next day, I feel just groggy and
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah.
So if I take it 2 days in a row, then so what happened to me this week was I took it the first day, and it was like I was frozen. I was like zombie.
Mhm.
I woke up like, "Oh god." And then the second day, I took it, and I got the restless thing. Like, it's a total crapshoot. So,
Interesting.
so I woke up exhausted, and then I just had, like I had one of those days where it's like I my first business meeting was at 7:30 my time, um, and I just went meeting, phone call, recording all day long, like, literally all day. So I didn't get done until around 3 or 4, and I felt like a zombie. I literally
Yep.
was just like, "Oh my gosh." And then, one of my friends from jujitsu, Omar, we've been, like, hounding him to find us a good hookah spot because
Yeah, yeah.
he's this world traveler guy. He knows all these crazy cool spots. And so last night, he took us to this really amazing hookah spot, um, where we were sitting around at a table. It was all outside, and it was like there was a ton of people. It was packed, and they had a couple playing live music, and it
Alright.
was all that, like, drums and, sort of Middle Eastern sounding instruments and things like that, and we ended up staying there for 4 hours. I didn't get home until almost 1:30 in the morning, um, after eating some delicious In-N-Out burger, which, everyone knows is the breakfast of champs in the
Yes.
complete middle of the night. Uh, and then, yeah, I'm up this morning to go at it. We're gonna we're gonna record this episode, and then I'm gonna go teach jujitsu, and then record another episode this afternoon. So, um,
Wow.
it yeah, it's the season.
Okay. Wow. This is a
Welcome to
very
another
busy.
episode of Sweeter Afternoon. uh, that's where we jump in. So, if everybody can't tell, it's Alyssa, everybody. Hey, Alyssa,
It's
welcome
a
back.
me.
So excited to have
Hi.
you. So much to talk about. I feel like we have that kind of relationship where um we're so busy, right, that we give each other like updates, but all of our updates are like these massive things like, "Okay, you gotta call me because we got an update," and then we just can't make it, and then we get to these conversations, it's like, "Okay, this is gonna be a massive info dump." Because
Yeah,
there's like
we're about to get into it. We are really gonna get into it. Who knows where we could go
who
today?
knows where it goes? Who knows where it goes? Um so I talked about it, on a recent episode, but Michelle and I actually took a vacation and got out of town, recently, and I'm dying to talk to you about it, because it was so, um so I always loved that when we were trying to figure out what to do as a team, when we were working together, at live events, they were like, okay, so we're gonna have team dinner on this night and we're gonna do this. And then Alyssa, find us the most crazy, unusual, wacky thing you can for the team to do, right? like we did Meow Wolf and what at Area 15 or whatever in
Yeah.
Vegas. Um just like super fun, interesting stuff. So we decided to take a vacation to just to get out of town for a couple of days. So we went close to a little town called Petaluma. It's a little like beach town in Sonoma County, beautiful. And we stayed at this tiny little I don't know if it was originally a hotel or if it was just like an interesting house that they converted into a
Just an
hotel.
interesting house.
Super interesting, like
Okay.
super interesting. Um, but the hotel was called the Metro, and it was themed after the Paris subway, which is called the Metropolitan. So
Very
the whole hotel was French themed. Like it had a little indoor cafe that looked like an outdoor cafe, and they were playing French music and all the posters, and they had postcards from France you could buy. Everything was like really crazy French. Um, but it just it got funnier and funnier as we got in because we totally picked this place because it looked interesting, you know?
Yeah.
And but I'll show you a picture because you're gonna love it. But we every room was a different theme, right? And they were all really quirky, but it was all still we had like a clawfoot tub, but it was like a half tub, so you couldn't really like you had
Yeah.
to you could just sit under the shower, you know? Like, it was really really funny, but it was super, super charming and, like, a blast. But what I was telling my buddy, Jordan is that everything was, like, Parisian and interesting, and I don't know how this ties in, but every room had a large glowing goose in the room. Like,
Oh,
like, the whole thing glowed almost, like, bright enough to light the whole room and give it a little atmosphere, but
okay.
a very interesting choice, and I thought, like, "Oh, maybe we got lucky, maybe we got the goose room or something," you know?
We got lucky and we got
Well, because we wanted, like, all the weird, like, give me
Yes, of
everything
course, of
that's, like,
course.
the most weird, and so I was like, "Oh, that goose is weird," and then when we were leaving the next day to go out for a while, we walked by and housekeeping was cleaning another room, sure enough, goose. So I think they decorated this whole place in, like, Parisian decor, and then they found, like, just a lot of like, they bought
They got a
15
good deal on these
they
geese and they're
got
like,
they
we
got a warehouse full of geese that just glow.
it's gonna tie
Um,
the house together,
that's
really. If
it brings it all together. Um, thanks, babes. You won't believe what I just got delivered to me.
What?
Look at
Oh
this.
my, your wife is an absolute angel
Angel of
from
mercy.
heaven. I love you, Michelle. You're America's second best sweetheart. Second best. First,
Second.
Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton.
Dolly. Dolly made number 1
Yeah.
and you are
Yeah.
number 2.
You're right behind her. And yeah, I just have to do it.
That's all staying in the show.
Good.
In
Good.
case you could in case you couldn't tell from what got handed to me, uh, so we've got Dutch Bros out here, which is like a little drive-through coffee place. They've got a few other places pretty good. But on top of that, we've got a maple cruller, which is a delightful donut if you've never had one. Hollow in the middle,
I
really
don't know.
airy, really light, and I love maple. Like I'm
You're a
just
big
weird that way.
maple head, are you?
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm about to send you some coffee then from the place I always send you coffee from because they have a nice maple. Door County coffee.
Did I Okay, so you sent coffee before. I feel like there was some maple options in that
There
sampler
might have
pack.
been. I think they have some new ones though. And
Oh
I
my
think you also
goodness.
might have been distracted by that terrible card that I sent you with it. So maybe you couldn't give the full attention to the coffee. Which I would understand.
Did we tell the card story last time?
I don't know, so I don't want to say it if we didn't.
Oh my gosh. Well, whether we did or not, it's worth telling because it's hilarious. So, Alyssa and I have this really special relationship, as you can probably tell. And part of I'm just attracted to Alyssa as a person because she's so funny, like naturally funny. And so so we're at home one day and we get a card from Alyssa in the mail. And she had warned me ahead of time, like, "Hey, I'm sending you something. Make sure you guys open it together." Just like, just diabolical, right? And so this card is, we open it, and it's a Christmas card.
So
It has
lovely.
it has cats on it, and like, whatever, and it's Merry Christmas. And then you can tell that it's a card that sings to you. Like you can feel that it has like a little a little thing in it. And so you open it, and immediately your ears are delighted by the sounds of cats meowing the carol of the bells. So I'll do my best. It's early and I'm sleepy. Um, but it went something like this. Meow 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 meow. Like through the whole song, right? And so
Cute.
you're like, "Oh, this is so funny," and it's so, so sweet and so funny. Um, and then, and then you go, "Okay, you know, cats singing Carol of the Bells. Okay, I got it. Yep,
Got it.
fun, fun, funny." And you close the card to end the experience. But wait, there's more. Closing the card does not cancel the singing. It continues. And it has a battery that it turns out lasts an incredibly long time. I think we got almost 2 days of straight, like, I had to put the card outside eventually, and I was sitting there the whole time going, "Dude, this is diabolical. Like, I need to find some
Yeah.
way to get back."
This card, it only promised 6 to 8 hours, so they over delivered. Shout out Joker greetings, because
Yeah,
that's
you make a superior product, Joker Greetings, because this battery, whatever you used. So, the crazy thing about it is 2 days later, I go outside. It has been rained on because it's been sitting out there, and the card is closed, and it's mercifully silent. And I walk up to it, and I open it, and it starts doing it again. I was like, "How? How? What? What evil battery from the pit of hell is in this card? Because it will not stop." So, luckily for me, and not as funny for Alyssa, um, but I have a paranoid brain when it comes to her because I'm always waiting. It's like I kind of liken it to being on the set of Jackass. Like you never know who's going to hit you with what from where, right? And so instead of just ripping open the card and pulling the battery out, which is what a normal person would do, I went online and I said, how long do these batteries last? Like a stupid question. Who cares? Rip the card open and take the battery out. Who
just rip
cares?
it open. Just rip it open, Randy. It's all you have to do.
But thank God I researched it because it turns out that what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to be sitting there like gripping your temples, meow, 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 and you're supposed to just rip the card open. And when you do, an air-filled bag chock full of confetti will just explode everywhere, right? I totally ruined that part of it for her, and I'm super sorry, Alyssa, because
I tried so hard too because you were like, "How does this thing stop?" And I tried to play stupid. I was like, "I think you could probably just rip it open. I don't know."
you did.
Uh,
You were like totally like nudging me down the path, like just rip it open, take the battery out. I'm sure it's fine.
yeah, it's no big deal.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, so that's just so you know, if Alyssa ever sends you a card, just be warned.
Yeah, there could be a lot of things in there.
And so to the point she was making about coffee for Christmas, she sent me a case of coffee samples from this place that's local to her, and it was all kinds of amazing coffee. Like every one of them was great. Truly loved it. But in true Alyssa fashion, the card said, "Good luck figuring out which ones are coffee and which ones are full of ticks." Um, so obviously I didn't think she sent me a bag of live ticks. You don't want to put anything past you, but I didn't think you sent me
I
that.
wouldn't
But
rule it out.
I was like, I'm not kidding when I tell you that every single bag of that coffee was opened so delicately from like far away. Like, oh my God, there was nothing in any of them. It was just the gift that keeps on giving again. Truly a master at her craft.
When you run it back though, and you say you read what I wrote, I'm like, wow, it was quite a choice to say that. In retrospect, that's a lot. I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So super funny, super quirky. But that was the hotel. And I can honestly recommend it to anyone. If you're ever up in the Petaluma area and you want a cool little place to stay, the Metro is a fun place. They actually even have some Airstreams outside that they retrofitted, and they're all nice, and you can stay in those too. So you can pick a room or an Airstream, and it's all on the property right on the main street. Super super fun. Highly recommend it.
I love that, and that I feel like is in line with like how I like to vacation. Well, I mean, Randy, you know what I like to do very strange things on vacation, and actually, what I'll
Also
give
not
you.
on vacation.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, I mean, just really all the time. Okay, fair, fair. But when I'm on vacation, though, I have the website Atlas Obscura pulled up.
Oh
And
yeah.
they have a map, and it's, so you can as you're driving down the road, you can look and see what's, like, the weird thing that you can see, and it's a variety of thing, like, I think in close to Death Valley, I saw the largest thermometer.
Okay.
Yep, I mean, that it was a large thermometer indeed. Uh,
Did it
but,
work?
like yeah, yeah,
Well,
it
I
read
mean,
it was hot, but,
thank
like,
God the
also
thermometer was there.
yeah,
Wait, it was
I
hot in Death Valley?
how would I know? How would I have known otherwise? But
Amazing.
there was another time in Colorado, we were using Atlas Obscura, and it said, I was, like, looking through, and it said, "Ludlow Massacre Site." And
Mm,
I was like, "That sounds cool." So, like, we'll go there, figure out what the Ludlow Massacre was,
yeah.
and one thing you might well, I know you know about me, Randy, is that I'm a very poor judge of time and distance. So, on the map, it looks like it's just right there. It's just gonna be a little drive. But we really got into it. We drove a long way into the middle of nowhere to get to this unknown to me massacre site.
Mm,
And then we were just about there. We haven't seen anybody in quite some time, and we're driving, and as we're pulling into the massacre site, there was this old, I feel like it was like I don't know, like a old 70s, maybe like Lincoln or something, very old car, which I would myself say, why are you driving that old car out here where there's no one else to help you
yeah.
except me? And so 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 these people get out of their car. They look strange. But then they were like, "Our cars broke down." And I was like, "This is a setup for a horror movie."
A massacre, right?
Yeah,
Like, this is the site.
precisely, precisely. So then they were like, "Can you just give us a ride?" I'm like, "Well, we have to explore the massacre site first."
I'm sorry
Uh,
you're stuck here, but we just got here.
I'm sorry, that's not my problem. I mean, I can't change my whole schedule.
That's so good. So good.
Anyway,
Yeah, yeah,
doesn't
we'll
that's
help
not
you
even
out. Just can you wait, like, a couple hours while we check this place out and have some lunch?
Well, what do you
No,
What do
I
you want me to
listen,
do? Change my
I'm
whole plan?
no, I am on your side about this, and I also am not a fan of hitchhikers. Like,
No, no,
yeah, go
no.
ahead and sit behind me in my truck while I drive you
Right.
somewhere,
No, no, no.
stranger.
This
Yeah.
is a classic thing if you are listening to true crime. I mean, come on. We know people used to do it. We shouldn't do that anymore.
My
My
dad used to
hitchhiking
pick
days
up
are done.
my dad used to pick up hitchhikers when I was a kid. Like, he would.
With you in the car?
Yeah, yeah. Unbelievable. Like, he would pull over and just, "Hey, jump on in." Like, "What?
Come on in.
Who's this stranger? Okay, let me move over."
Hop in,
Phew.
bud. Can I get you anything?
Man, he let this one guy in once, and we were driving down the road, and it was silent because you're not talking to this guy, and all of a sudden, the cab of the truck filled with the most noxious odor you can imagine. This guy gets in the truck and just starts just busting it. Just just smoking us out. Like, "Bro, we're giving you a ride. You can't hold this for
That's
5 more minutes?"
that's so rude.
And not even to address it. Like,
Yes.
looking at my dad like, "I'm not happy with you right now.
No.
I just wanna go to I don't even wanna go to school. You're taking me to school. I don't even wanna go. And now
Can
I
we
gotta
go
deal
home?
with stinky hitchhiker?"
That's gross.
Nah,
That's
that's nasty.
gross.
Nasty.
Very gross.
Okay, so you're at the massacre site, though.
Yeah, massacre site. Well, yeah, I mean, that was really the gist of it.
Well, no, what
We
is the deal with the massacre site? Like, what
Oh,
happened there?
well, people were massacred, Randy.
Not just a clever name then.
No, no, this wasn't just a way to get people to come there. There was an actual massacre.
It wasn't ironically named the massacre site. An actual massacre took place there. Okay, but no
Well, yeah.
details.
Well, yeah, no, details that I don't have. There was
What would have been great is if you would have gone in and like you were looking around and then you read this sign and it said, "Back in 1948, a husband drove his black Lincoln out here to the massacre site." And you look back and there's no hitchhikers. There's no Lincoln. You're like, "Ah!" That seems like something that would happen to you.
Yeah, no, it's very on brand for me, but, I like to get into weird stuff like that. I wanna see like, that's what a vacation is to me, is going to, like I don't know, I'm not like, if I were to go to, like, a beach yeah, that's like normal people like to do. They wanna go to a beach and do what?
Well, ground yourself, soak in the ocean air, recharge,
Bah,
find
no,
yourself, reinvent yourself.
no. A vacation is about constantly being on the move and seeing every single thing that you can.
Now, Alyssa, the standard American vacation has become that you go to the town next to you and you go to their Baskin Robbins and Togos.
Oh, no, that's so sad. That's so sad.
Um, so a little bit of a throwback question.
Okay.
Did you encounter any prairie dogs on your journeys this time?
Mm. No, not one prairie dog. I don't think you guys are you so I was in California most recently.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I don't think you guys have a lot of prairie dogs in the area. Oh, I mean, I don't know. You're the expert.
Well, no, we not a lot, or not that I've ever encountered, but it's interesting because after our last conversation and we were talking about plague,
Mhm.
um, and I was sort of scoffing and mocking
Mhm.
you a little bit. Um, so I'd like to issue an apology publicly right now. It turns out it's not bubonic plague. It is just they just call it the plague, and literally it has decimated the prairie dog population, which is not funny. But
No, not funny at all.
it's not funny.
It's
Uh,
not. We're not laughing about the dead prairie dogs.
no, but what I was laughing at is because I listened to the last episode, I was thinking about how I was gonna address the prairie dog thing. If you haven't heard that episode, and you're listening to this show now, go listen to it because it's so funny, and just listening to Alyssa say, "You're not supposed to touch the prairie dogs," and there's people out there, and they were touching those prairie dogs. Um,
But they were
they
though.
clearly were. They clearly were. And now they're gone. So
Yeah, they're
I was curious if the trend had continued or if you'd noticed any sort of a swing in the opposite direction. Was there a glint of hope for the American prairie dog?
I'm afraid the news is not good. Uh,
The trend continues.
yes, they're still not doing well. I mean, in fact, I think it's just spreading. I mean, we've got cases in the Dakotas, we've got cases in Colorado, and I'm sure there's more cases around around the world. In fact, if you have a prairie dog incident near you, leave a comment, let us know.
Is there a
Uh
hotline that you can call if you
that I'm gonna I will look into this. I'm curious.
the prairie dog hotline?
I Okay, we've got a business. We've got a business.
This is a thing.
I'm
This is gonna be
in.
a thing. So in that episode, there was two other things that we talked about that we should give updates on.
Okay.
Um, I was, I'm not going to say inundated, but I was certainly educated by a fairly decent sized group of people on the fact that there is a distinct difference between a buffalo and a bison.
Everybody's coming out of the woodwork with their
Yeah.
opinions.
All of a sudden, you all are buffalo and bison experts, but I appreciate it. There is a difference. So pardon my ignorance on the last show. Yeah, there is a difference. And then the final one um, is about the Edmund Fitzgerald, and um, I've learned a lot of things about the Edmund Fitzgerald since our last
Oh.
conversation. I want to ask as a follow up. Did you follow through with your commitment to listen to the song at least 5 more times since we've talked?
I would say that I've listened to it probably 20 to 25
Okay.
times. Yeah. So, I really have. Um, and the song only gets better
Mm.
because you hear something different, every time. I would say too, when we first started discussing it, of course, in the Midwest, this is something, a lot of people know about, and the song, of course. But I don't think that I actually listen to the song. I'm a lot of times the type of person who does not listen to the words of a song necessarily. I'm just listening to the
Sure.
music. I was just in it for the music, for the tune.
Was in it for the
Um,
tunes. It was just
yeah,
a
in it for the
sprightly tune.
yeah, yeah. I just love it. I mean, but when you get into it and really start listening, man, this song is so sad. So I listen to
It's
it a
very
lot.
sad. So I learned a couple of fun facts about it because my phone heard us talking about it, and so it filled my algorithms with all things Edmund Fitzgerald.
Appreciate
And
that.
yeah, thanks Siri. Um, but so number one, and I don't know if I was just romanticizing it in my mind. I was thinking back to the stories of like the Monitor and the Merrimack. These ancient heavy, huge metal tubs that they used that were new in the Civil War, and they were on the, like that's what it was in my mind. So I was thinking, this guy's talking about like the old Indian names of the lakes, and
Yeah.
it's a real throwback. And so I was like, well, what year was the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald? And it turns out it was 1974.
Like, what?
And I was like, 74? Like, okay, the Edmund Fitzgerald wrecked in 74. He released the song in like 75. Like, it literally was like a current event song. And he's singing about like the Chippewa and, the Lake
Like, what?
Gitchagumi and all this stuff, right? And you're like, okay, there's still pieces of the Edmund Fitzgerald sticking up out of the water in the lake.
Yes.
Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was a shock to me as well. That was a
Yeah.
shock to me that now it was something kind of nice. I was actually listening to a podcast and I did some follow-up and and I'll say this research about the Edmund Fitzgerald. I forgot all of everything that I learned. It was fascinating at the time, gone now.
Yeah.
But the one thing I do remember though is that in a town, I don't know what town, um near where it went down, they still ring a bell, on the day 29 times. Isn't that
Yeah.
nice? That's
Yeah.
nice.
They have an Edmund Fitzgerald Remembrance Day. Um, I also think it's interesting, you know, Gordon Lightfoot, I love his songwriting. We sang his praises last time. If You Could Read My Mind was the other song I was trying to think of last time too, to tell you. Total great tune. But what I love in that, because I'm a super like lyric guy, I hone in on the words, right? And it always makes me think of you because it mentions Wisconsin, but he says he's describing the Edmund Fitzgerald and he says coming back from some mill in Wisconsin.
Oh, rude. That's rude. You don't have to take that tone when you say it. Some mill in Wisconsin.
That mill's probably still there, right?
Yeah,
Like you could just name the mill. It's
yeah.
1974. It's not like it's
My
some
grandpa
eight.
probably worked there. Like,
He probably did. It's like I put half the rivets in the Edmund Fitzgerald. Yeah, that was anyway, those were my little updates from our last conversation because I was dying to talk to you about those things.
I'm glad we could bring it around, put a pin in it, and I maybe next time I come back, we'll have some more news that I actually remember about the topic.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be delightful to talk about
I'll
that.
try. Yeah.
So no guarantees. Um, but you also took a vacation and you've mentioned it, just kind of alluded to it a couple of times now, random things, but I'd love to jump right into the segment Alyssa describes her vacation.
Yeah, I love this reoccurring segment. I think if I could get your podcast to start paying me so I could take more vacations, then I could bring the content.
I'm gonna tell you
Um,
right now, that sounds like
you,
a funny thing you just said, but that might be a real thing.
all right, I got the job.
I feel like having you as a mobile correspondent is like I can't find a downside in my mind to that idea.
I mean, you could even send me places, really. I'll go honestly wherever. I don't you send me to I don't know, Idaho. I'm in. Sure. Okay.
Yeah,
You send
I
me
was
to like an
thinking
abandoned place. Love it.
the first thing I would do would be to send you to like one of those interesting places, but when you show up, it's actually a Juggalo festival.
Oh, that's like that you just hit the one thing that I would not want to do.
You're getting paid. This is not about what you wanna
No,
do.
you're right. I'm in and I would
I
have
need
fun.
I need coverage of the ICP festival. No, I'm just kidding. I do not need I don't want I would never send you into that cesspool.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Yeah, I know you would. And you know what?
Ah,
I had a bad attitude because I know that I could have fun.
you
I
could.
could have fun there too.
You could. So, what was the inspiration behind what was the idea for this vacation?
Well, the idea was to go somewhere warm. Yep.
So you picked California.
Yeah, I mean,
Smart. That's smart.
Southern California. We
Smart.
flew into Palm Springs, then did some time in San Diego.
What'd you do in San
Um,
Diego?
well, we went whale watching, which
Perfect.
so fun. And so with the whole mission of going somewhere warm, it rained quite a bit. Which I'm to understand it doesn't rain a whole lot in Southern California.
It does
But it
not.
did. And so we get on this on a boat for the whale watching. We're sitting there and I'm like looking out and I was like, wow, it looks like there's like a storm coming in. It's coming in. And then this boat is like, we're like, captain's like, let's go, everybody. And we're just like traveling out into the storm. You all of a sudden you look and you're like, what is that on the horizon? Oh, it's a bunch of birds. And they're going the opposite way that we are. No, I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, I don't know about this kind of stuff a lot, but I feel like you want to go the way the birds are going. But
You would think that, but that's counterintuitive. You actually don't trust a SoCal bird. It's a local thing you have to know.
you don't trust a SoCal bird.
They will lie to you.
Oh, okay. This is news to me.
I just made that up.
Yeah, no, I mean, these birds knew what they were doing. They were surrounding. They were surrounding this boat. And they were all trying to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
So what, it didn't seem like the crew was all that worried about it because we
No.
just kept on going. Um, we saw I saw a whale breach, which was very cool.
Humpback?
Very, very. Uh, I mean, a whale. It was a whale, Randy. I don't know. I and well, the thing is like I feel like nobody else saw it. You always doubt me. You always doubt me.
So what you're saying is you saw a whale breach. You can't identify the whale. No one else saw it. And you're not even sure that you did see it, but you think you
No,
saw.
I'm sure I saw it. I'm sure first, number one, I'm sure I saw it. Number two, I'm not a whale doctor. I don't know what kind of whales there are. Number
Okay.
three, I
That crew
did.
didn't tell you any, like, you will possibly see this kind of
So
whale?
here's the thing. Okay, yes, they did. Again, I didn't internalize the information. They had a board with like, here's what you might see out here. And I was like, yep, 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 got it, got it. And
I gotta tell
honestly,
you, this is a red mark against you as a correspondent because I feel like I'm getting such vague information. I'm gonna need you to carry a journal with you or something. Write
well,
this
that's fine.
shit.
That's what I would do. That's what in that case, I would do that.
Okay,
If
okay.
I knew it was so important that anybody was going to ask me what type of whale was it? What's it
Well, I
matter?
mean,
Imagine a whale. What kind of whale do you conjures in your mind?
yeah, well, so I'm from California and I've
Okay.
seen my fair share of humpback whales breaching and flipping, but they're out out in the Pacific, there's different kinds of whales. Like what if you encountered a blue whale or a beluga whale or a orca or, like what I mean, would you be able to tell me the difference? Like if you saw an orca, you'd be able to tell me the
Yeah,
difference, right?
I
You'd say,
mean,
"Oh,
yes, an
I saw a killer
orca.
whale."
Yeah, yeah, I think so. But well,
So did
also
it look
just
Yeah, I mean, like, okay.
oh, it wasn't close though. I will say this: like, it wasn't like right next to us or anything. It was like off in the distance,
Okay.
where then, so I couldn't see that. My eyesight is very poor. Um,
Okay.
I'm mostly generally surviving in life, just seeing the outlines of things.
It's an ocean mirage. What about
Yeah,
dolphins?
not a mirage. You're insinuating that it wasn't there, and I did see it.
She's like, "No, no, no, that was a whale. That was definitely a whale that breached."
It was. It
All
was.
right.
And it turns out too that so like as we were getting into it, we people were starting to other people, this actually only substantiates my story. Other people were like, "Was that a whale?" Then we started to go in that direction. But then
Hmm.
the crew came by and they were like, the guy, and I'm not making this up. He said, "Oh shit, we have to get out of here. That storm's gonna get us." And yeah, so then we had to flip around. It was I'll send you a picture. It was, quite scary, but very exciting. I left this I don't know if this is normal for whale watching. I was soaking wet. I was full of water. Um,
Yeah,
just
that can
really
happen. That can happen,
I
especially
enjoyed it.
especially with the storms and, it's always something, slightly like that. That is it's always interesting when the crew just opens up to you on a human level and oh shit, that storm's gonna get us.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, thanks, buddy. Could you just go get in the pilot house and get us out of
Yeah.
here? Like,
How about you get us out of here? That's how about you
nothing to
try
see here,
that?
folks. I hope you enjoyed the whale. Normal part of the thing. We're gonna flip a bitch and go back home. Okay, like
Well, they didn't like seem to care when we were driving out into the storm. And it's like, well, you guys probably know about more like about this than I do. So I'm like, we're probably good, but they didn't seem to care. I could see it. They
the
drove
website
into it.
said it was perfectly safe, so I don't know. All right.
So that was in San Diego.
Yeah.
Let's see. I had a California burrito.
Okay. So tell me about that.
It was delicious. Well, actually, I should say we went, I don't remember what this place was called. I promise I was there.
You know
But
that is Josh around? Can I
Yeah,
like somebody
if
that
you
has
want
some
any-
details about
yeah,
this story?
if you want details, ask him. So we went to this little taco
No,
place.
we had a great vacation. I saw a whale. There was a storm. I had a burrito. I don't know any of the details of anything. We came home. It was great.
It was great. I had a fun time. That's all you need to know about it. Um, we got to this taco place, and I ordered, I don't know, two regular tacos. I don't know, and then Josh got the California burrito, and then we
Yeah.
sat down. And I don't know if this is something you know about me, Randy. I hate messy food. I hate it.
You know
Um,
that is something that I share with you.
just
Uh,
worst.
Um, there are certain places that Michelle likes to go where the food will not stay together in your hands.
Mm,
It like Habit Burger. I don't know if you guys have
we don't have
Habit.
that. No.
There's this place called Habit Burger out here, and it's not like, I mean, the food's good, it's fine,
Yeah.
but there's no way to keep this thing together in your hands, and it's absolutely horrible. It's like I
Gross.
hate it. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah. Oh, gross. Well then, okay. I assume you have a little more control of your feelings than I do about this
Almost definitely.
because okay, yeah, probably. I understand. I accept that. I understand that. So what I will do a lot of times is if my hands start getting messy, ooh, I will ruin everybody's fucking time. I will ruin everybody's time. I'm eating something, Josh is looking at me, and I'm like, "What are you looking at? Why are you looking at me?" Oh, because it's just so gross. I don't wanna be perceived when I have all of this stuff. So I get I really start to act up. And so, like, I forbid myself, if you ever if we're ever out to eat and I say, "I'm thinking about getting the spaghetti." Saying, "No, no, 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 you are not getting the spaghetti because we're about to have a bad time."
This is the worst advice you could give me, because I think that I would be tempted when I look over and your hands are messy to go, "She came in like that. I don't know what happened here."
I would be so mad. I would be so mad. I'm gonna ruin everybody's time.
So
To bring this
so
around to the taco shop though, quick before
yeah.
I forget.
Please.
So we went to that taco shop. My tacos were, I mean, tacos are not, they can be messy, but they're not, it's not like a too messy kind of thing. You usually do.
It's not a characteristic that you would say this is associated with a taco. You can eat it in a clean way.
Yes, yes. And so I assumed that's what I was going to do. But this taco was like wet. And it was too messy.
What kind of taco was it?
You're gonna be shocked. I don't remember. I don't remember. Yeah, you can ask Josh about I'll send him a list of follow-up questions. But then because Josh, he sees
We gotta
me,
wait 6 months to find out what kind of tacos you had for this vacation.
but I can see Josh looking at me. Take one bite of this taco. And I will start, it's immediate where I'm like, I hate this. I hate it. And he goes, do you want my burrito? Like, he's like, "Please take my burrito so
Why
you don't
is Josh the
ruin our
nicest guy on
time."
the planet? Like, he's unfazed by your craziness, and he
I
just
know.
oh,
I also
what
feel like it might be selfish, where he's like, she's gonna ruin our time. If I don't give up this burrito, she's gonna ruin our entire time."
well, he's
So, he
shrewd,
gave me that California burrito, and boy, did I like it.
he can read the room.
Yeah.
So, so what I think it's interesting, right? Because so do they have California burritos where in Wisconsin?
No.
I think this is an interesting phenomenon because you can only get a California burrito in California.
Yeah,
And so then why does it have to be a California burrito then? If it's
right,
only
well,
here,
yeah.
it's just the burrito. For anybody that hasn't had a California burrito, and I'm generalizing, but I've had 100,000 of them, from all parts of California. It's typically carne asada, potatoes like French fries, cheese, and then like pico de gallo, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. Um, but yeah, it is delicious. It's
That's
great. I eat them all the time.
wonderful. What I did not know. In fact, when Josh ordered it, I was like, "That doesn't sound good." And yeah, it was good. I'm really painting myself out to be a monster here.
You
I'm
go out
not.
of your own way to make yourself miserable. It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
I know. I don't know. Life's
Ah,
tough, okay? Life's
yeah,
tough.
yeah. Uh, so do you like fish tacos?
No. No, no,
Mm,
no. I'm
I was
not
gonna
a
say,
I'm not a fish person.
yeah.
Gives me the creeps.
Okay. It would have been the way to go though, because San Diego, they'll rock a fish taco. It's like any of those towns that are like close to the beach typically have
Yeah.
good fish tacos.
That makes
But
sense. That makes
San Diego's so close to the border, and um, it's just really special. Their food's really good.
Can I tell you what else we did in San Diego? And then I'm
Please.
and then I'm gonna tell you Palm Springs. I'm only at this point, your audience is gonna think I'm a terrible person because
No.
I'm just thinking of the the funniest things. Okay. So,
A little
um,
foreshadowing for you all. Get
yeah,
some popcorn out.
yeah, I apologize in advance if this was your child, that I did this to. So, okay.
Your
Wait.
child. We don't even know the story yet. I'm gonna trickle in some of the elements so that maybe it softens the blow when it.
Yeah, no, you're gonna expect something. I don't want you to be shocked, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So, we went to, the San Diego Zoo, which, was kind of Josh is very, very anti-zoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's such an animal lover and whatever, but I really did convince him, and I feel like we did some looking, and I think they seem to treat all of their animals pretty well, from what I understand.
Yeah.
All of that being said, we went to the zoo. It's fucking awesome. Like, it was so cool. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we're at the zoo, though, and as we're going around from exhibit to exhibit, there was this family with this little boy. I would maybe 6, 7, something like that. And this little boy was being so annoying. He was being so annoying, and he was just whining and whining, and his mom was not, like, doing anything about it, and he had such an attitude. This little boy had such an attitude. His mom was not trying to get this attitude down, whatever. Everything was fine. It was fine. But they kept kind of going along to the same exhibits as we were. And so we went
Yeah.
to go look at the giant panda. Very cute. But there's like you kind of like a walkway that goes this way and then behind it to get out of there.
Mhm.
And this little boy was in front of us, and his grandpa it was watching him at this point, and this little boy started taking off from his grandpa. Grandpa's like, "Hey, get back here, kid," whatever, but he just kept running and running and he was just I don't know, got under my skin. So, whatever, grandpa can't get to him, I can. And, I didn't do anything terrible. All I did all I did,
Is
because I
add
was
him
just
to the panda exhibit. It's fine.
yeah,
He's
get in
he's
there,
he's fine.
kid. Get in there. How about your attitude now? Um, so I got past him though, because we were just gonna go around and leave. And this little he was sitting back, looking back at his grandpa, giving him these weird looks and just having this attitude. So when I walked by him, I gave him this look. I looked him right in his eyes and I gave him like just like the meanest look that I could. And I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. And so I gave him and I looked right in his eyes and did it, and he
Wow.
took off. He took off running back to the grandpa. "You're welcome. He's coming back now." So
Just
but then
mean mugging kids
I
at the
mean
zoo.
mugged this kid. So then this does not make me look all that great. I understand. Um, you get me, faults and all, but so what I didn't think about
Perfect.
though was that the grandpa, the mom, the kid now, they're all in front of us. We're going around and we're on the backside to leave, but there's still a line there. So we got stuck essentially behind them. And
Mhm.
the kid's sitting there crying to his mom, pointing to me behind them. I was just like trying to ignore it and be like, "Wow, look at that piano. Oh my god."
Oh my gosh.
Well, I
Traumatized the poor kid.
well, poor kid.
Did you
I
steal
don't
his
know.
ice cream cone or anything? Like, really
I
drive the
woulda
lesson home?
I woulda just really knocked it out of his hand.
I am not also not a fan of the zoo. I don't like that captivity thing either. But there is I find that I have a real, crisis of conscience when I get near the lemur exhibit because I could absolutely just sit and watch lemurs all day long.
Mm.
But there must be a way to do that in the wild somewhere where I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I understand why people would want that because it's
Yeah.
just so entertaining. But there's a cost, there's a cost.
Yeah, it is like, I kinda do still feel bad for going. I still
Yeah.
like, I don't know, I still but at the same time no, and I this is actually and now I think I thought about it a lot, and it is just a selfish thing, but, like, it is so cool to see these animals, but that's so selfish. I'm very selfish when I say
No,
that,
I'm telling you, I
but
feel the same way, right?
yeah,
I love to see them. Like, when are you ever gonna see that animal?
yeah,
But yeah, it is sad. It's sad the captivity aspect of it. Even if they're
yeah.
treated well, it's like it's just an animal that's designed to roam free and now they're confined to this little cage. And
Yeah, yeah, that does make sense. I think I was in my head kinda telling myself, like, "Well, he probably had some kind of disease and they's gotta be here." I don't know.
these are
I
all
do feel bad.
rescue lions.
They might be rescue lions,
They might
they
be.
exist. They
They might be.
exist.
They might be.
I don't know. I okay, okay. So, terrible thing I did in San Diego. My apologies to the family.
I don't feel like you're really remorseful about it. I feel like these are crocodile tears. These
No, I'm
are
not.
these are captive crocodile tears, designed to
That's so
make people not
sad.
judge you.
That's so sad. Well, they're well, I've already said what I've said. Um,
So the point of this vacation though truly was it like you didn't have I need to see this. It's like I just want to go somewhere warm and then we're going to find things to do while we're there.
yeah, usually it's usually the biggest thing that I like to do on a vacation is look for I want there to be a national park nearby. I'm
Yep.
trying to get all the
Yep.
national parks.
Yep.
Um, and then whatever we see from there. So that was it, really. We went and
S-
did Joshua Tree.
Joshua Tree. Yeah. How'd you like
Yeah,
that?
it was beautiful.
It's a
It was
trippy place,
beautiful.
right?
Yeah, I loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it. Um, yeah, it was absolutely stunning. Like just I like in the sunset, all of that, just absolutely stunning. The
Yeah.
only complaint I have, need more bathrooms.
Well, I mean, that is a perspective issue. I would say they need less bathrooms.
Okay, okay. I mean, okay, that's okay.
I would say that from a certain perspective, whole place is a bathroom for
Okay.
animals and humans.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, okay, 'cause I don't want that. If okay, I
Well,
understand too because
let's you know what? Let's rip out that grove of natural Joshua trees over there and put up a shiny new cylinder block bathroom so that
okay,
Alyssa can feel comfortable.
well, you know what they need then? Less roads. Why is there a road there? Why is there a station there?
Now you got me. I'm 100% on board. No roads.
Okay, this is actually almost we're gonna fight, Randy.
So
Okay,
your position really wasn't less roads. It really was,
no,
"Oh,
I
he's
thought
gonna think
I
that's ridiculous, so we're going back to more
yes.
bathrooms."
Yeah, that's what I was going to try to do.
Well,
No, I
now what are you
understand
gonna do?
nothing. I give up.
So funny.
No, I see that too because it is one of the things like that we can't keep building all of this stuff.
Yeah, I thought
Even
when
the attraction in the national parks and all of that is it's not good for the environment.
no, that was the
But
worst part. The people and the buildings were the worst part of when we met you at Yosemite. You know, it was like
that was wild.
it was crazy.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
absolutely wild. I don't know. I think and this is almost goes back to the zoo thing, and I probably am just, if I'm being honest with myself, making some kind of excuses for myself because I like to go I love national parks.
Sure.
But, like, so the idea because it's like, well, why is there a road here then? Why is there, X, Y, and Z? And then the other end of it though is like, what if, the someone's experience, or especially if you think about like you think back to your first time. Do you remember the first national park that you went to?
Um, man, probably not. We didn't actually hit, like, a lot of national parks on purpose.
Yeah.
We had really specific camping places that we would go with, like, my grandparents and stuff. But it probably was Yosemite because it's just so close to where we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. And I don't know then, and do you remember, like, the feeling of seeing a place like Yosemite for the first time? I'm getting goosebumps. Be like, there's something that is like, wow, it's absolutely, like, just I could cry about it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. It makes you,
Nah.
like, this whole different appreciation. We take so much for granted about wherever you live, you take it for granted.
Yes.
I'm fairly certain. And
Yeah.
so when you go to these places, you're like, "Wow, like, this nature, this world really is beautiful." And there's something to be said about that. I mean,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
allowing people to get to those places.
Yeah.
That's my argument for roads and national parks.
Well, the thing is though, right, like, the spirit of it, the spirit of adventure is there were roads. There just weren't enough roads for 5,000 cars to drive in a giant traffic jam line for 3 hours to get through the toll gate. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's I understand the thing is that what happens is they take this beautiful place and then they go, "Oh, people wanna come here, so we're gonna find out how to monetize this."
Yeah.
And then when they start monetizing it, then people go, "You know what this place needs? More bathrooms." And so they start putting up more bathrooms, and then you go, "Oh, okay, well, now we've got these weird roads and bathrooms everywhere. You know what we should build is a shopping center right in the
Right.
middle with food and souvenirs."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's just a tourist attraction. Like they literally Yosemite literally has paths that are like road paths that are like routes so that you can see things. You can take certain buses or you can drive certain trails or whatever to see the things that are there.
Yeah.
But I think there's something like my favorite part of going there was literally getting to a place where we were looking around and it's like, "Oh, there's Half Dome. Oh,
Yeah.
there's, whatever," and there's no one around us. It's like, "Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is cool." It's
Yeah.
quiet. It's, I can hear nature. Um, yeah, I never feel like but, I'm probably not the best judge of that because I like the wildness of nature. I like to be, a little uncomfortable. I like to be reminded that, I'm in something bigger and more formidable than me. Um, and I'm gonna have to be on my toes. Like that's exciting to me, like, am
Yeah.
I gonna be able to get this fire lit before it gets dark,
Oh,
type of thing. I like that stuff. So getting off of the paved road is always more exciting to me.
yes.
Um, and of course, I can pee anywhere, so it's
Well,
I'm
I mean,
not as
yeah,
I'm not as
that's
motivated by bathroom.
that's that's really the issue, okay? Like, because I understand a lot of what you're saying. We were doing a lot. This is. I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna tell you why this came up.
Yeah.
I thought you could infer. I thought you could infer,
Oh,
but
I
Josh,
could.
well, now I'm gonna tell you. I'm just gonna flat out say it. So we we went off onto this path, and we were quite a ways in, and it was just like that I had to pee, and it was like emergency,
Mm,
and I was like, oh boy, what do I do? What's so I was like, Josh, I have to pee. I have to pee. I'm like, keep watch or whatever. So then I found this like rather tall bush, and I like, it's
yeah,
it's really quite a thing to pee in the wilderness as a woman. But
yeah.
I did, and it was fine. Not the best experience that I've ever had. But then to make it worse, when I come back, Josh kept calling me Wild Arlene the Bush Pisser. And and now
You weren't
uh,
gonna tell me that story?
no, I wasn't gonna tell you. I knew you would like it too much.
That's going on a T-shirt. You know what?
Why do I
You know
feel like
what?
you're writing this down?
Because I am. From now on, January 31st is Josh Day to me. Wild Arlene the Bush Pisser.
Why don't you have him on this podcast?
I'm gonna. I feel like we needed to listen. That's a that is a like a perfect nickname, and to just be able to spout that off on the fly is truly it speaks to the kind of mind that I really enjoy.
I know, I know.
Also, pro tip, I don't know, you were talking about the difficulty. So there is obviously um beyond simply the common number one out in the wild every once in a
Right.
while, nature truly calls.
Yeah.
Um, what might help you in the future is if you find a sturdy tree, you just put your back on it and you kind of get into the iron chair position. So
Oh,
you're literally leaning up against the tree, your weight's against it, right? And then you can just go to the bathroom and it's not, you know what I mean? You're not like th-
right.
it's
No,
more secure.
that does make sense. But you were just talking about how much you love nature, and now you would just desecrate a tree. Is
Well, it's
like
not
that.
desecrating a tree. Like the okay, you want to get into this? The
No.
roots of the tree, the roots of the tree are able to process human waste because the bacteria is caught in the soil and eventually just moisture gets to the tree. But it has
Okay.
to be a mature tree. So
Okay.
you can't just pee on a brand new sapling because it might burn the roots, it might kill them. I'm
I
just
won't. I wouldn't do that.
just
I
you would never pee on a sapling. I know
I
you
would
wouldn't.
never.
I'm just telling the people in our audience that might pee on a sapling, don't do it. Unless you hate the sapling. I
Yeah. I
mean,
mean, but
if
don't
you
do it
want if you
still.
want it to die, then
Don't do it.
then let it go, but otherwise find yourself a nice tall, Douglas fir and you're not going to do it any damage. It's inviting you.
This is a really educational podcast.
Well, I try, I put a lot of
Yeah.
prep work into these.
First and foremost, it's about education.
We learned a lot today. Look, we learned
Yeah.
about, we confirmed a prairie dog statistic that's just devastating. We talked about captivity of animals. We talked about whale watching and nature and storms. We talked about nature calling and answering. And uh,
Just a bevy of things.
I mean, you truly never know where these conversations are going to go.
One last thing.
I was going to say, is it potty related?
No.
Okay, because I don't want to end the show.
Did you want me to stick
on
more on that topic?
No,
Because
no.
I have
I
some
don't-
other stories.
I don't want. Okay, well, I mean, if you have them, I don't want to, but I don't want to end the show on potty.
No, we're gonna end it on something that you don't like. In addition to that,
Fun. All right, let's
the
go.
Palm Springs Aerial Tram. Okay.
Oh
Boy. Now,
yeah.
judging from everything else I've said on this podcast, this is not going to be shocking to you. I went to Palm Springs and I saw like aerial tram and I was like, sure. Okay. Did not look up anything in addition to that. Just aerial tram looks good.
Track so
And
far.
yeah, that's on brand for me. So then I, of course, then did not have the information to tell Josh what to expect. So we got up there and yeah, it's very scary. It's very, very scary.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was just like, it's gonna be fine. Like I didn't think anything about it.
I know why. Everyone that's listening knows why. I love you so much. I don't know why, but I was terrified, and then I find myself on it.
Yeah, I mean, here
Yeah.
we are.
Yeah.
And so
And
we
the
get on
view was
this.
beautiful, Randy. You
It
should do it. The
was
view is
okay.
beautiful.
I'm going. That's where we're gonna end. Okay, because I'm telling you, everybody needs to do this. But before let me give you the full experience here.
Okay.
You're getting on this tramway and you get on and you just kind of slowly start to go up. And then as there's a guy in the middle and he's like your little tour guide. And he's like, "All right, guys, we're gonna begin the rotation." I was like, "What does he mean rotation? You're rotating as well." So there's no way, like you would think, I'm just gonna hold on to the side so I feel
Mm.
secure.
Mm-mm.
You can't because you never can have a grasp. So like when I was on there, I was grasping the little window ledges like this so I could feel secure. I'm not sure why that worked, but it was terrifying. I thought I was like doing like, "Oh my God, just be cool, be cool, be cool." You think that I thought that I possibly might die. Um, but it was also beautiful. Okay. It was like
Yeah.
Jurassic Park. It was absolutely stunning. And it was, I mean, just like nothing you've ever seen
Jurassic
before.
Park.
Yes, it was. It was. You're above the clouds and it was green. Everything's green and lush on the bottom. And then when you get to the top, and of course, I cannot remember how high this thing was,
I
but
mean, why would you?
why would I? Why would I? Look it up. Um, so when you get to the top, it's completely snowy and there's like a lodge on top where
Yeah.
you get there and they tell you on your way up, like, you have to go down too. Like, you can't just be like, no, I'm not going to do this. There is no option. So
Right.
you would think though, like there'd be like some way you could get out of here without going down this thing. If there was another way, I don't know. I was quite spooked out. We got to the top and then I was like, we need to immediately get in line to go to the bottom. We got to get out of here. This is wild.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. The ringing endorsement for a terrifying event that everyone has to do.
Everybody should go. Everybody should.
Never.
Don't you want to feel alive? What
You
makes you
know,
feel alive other
uh,
than feeling like you almost died?
we talked about this. I think that there are things that I am willing to risk it for more than just falling from a high place to my death. And I think the reason why, and we talked about the imagination part of it, but we didn't really talk about like the trip down, right? So I think the reason why is because um you your brain would just be running through every possible thing and it would feel like you were falling for a half an hour. Like I'm literally falling to my death forever. Yeah. I have time to think about my regrets on the way down. Like I don't want that.
You'd probably
I
get
want the
knocked
things that
out
are
real
I want the
quick.
if something has a potential to kill me and it's going to, I don't wanna register it. I want it to be like, boom. The shark swallowed you whole or, or
Oh, okay.
whatever.
I
Whatever it is, you know,
yeah.
or the whale breached or the boat didn't get out of the storm in time. Like, okay, the big wave
Because
just took us under. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, that see, these all sound horrible.
no, I mean compared to falling to your death from an incredibly high place, the whole time. This is the thing. I could see you falling and being like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so scared," and then getting this weird smile on your face, like, "Well, it is beautiful. Like this is a beautiful way to die."
It is stunning out here.
Wow. Okay, now I've moved past the snow line. Now we're back into the green, and I'm still falling. This sounds great.
Wow. Wow.
Sounds amazing.
I mean, it
No,
was. It was so
no.
cool.
I don't even take the
I
tram. I don't even take that like the cable car that's over like the state fair. It's like 30
well,
feet off the ground.
I would say actually don't. I mean, when we're talking
This is a massive double standard.
okay, let me tell you. Look, can I just let me tell you, I wouldn't go on that either. When we're talking about a temporary situation here set up for the weekend for the fair. How do we trust the structural integrity of something like this? We're talking about fair rides, things like that. I do not endorse that. I don't know the expertise of the people who have set this up for for the weekend. This is not
Alyssa,
something we should rely
Alyssa, I want to back you up here. I want to
on.
be on your
Okay.
side. But you can't remember what kind of tacos you had at the taco place. And
Well, I'm
you
not
can't
setting them up.
you can't you can't tell me what kind of whales were on your trip, and there's all these details missing.
Yeah.
So, I find it very difficult to believe that you were able to not only check the credentials of the people who built this cable car, but you were also able to verify that they were people of quality and skill who made zero mistakes and that nothing adverse has affected that cable car since then. You have as much information about the mountain cable car as you do the state fair cable car.
No, 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 no. Because at the Palm Springs Aerial Tram Museum, you can learn all about it
Yeah,
before
but
you
you
get
can't tell
on.
me
I can,
it's a
I can.
it's the
They
museum is like, "Well, look, it's perfectly safe."
they
What are
didn't
they
s
gonna say?
they didn't say that. There've been some issues. There've been some
Oh my god.
there have been some issues, but they were
There
upfront.
have been some issues. Man,
But
you are the craziest friend I have in my life. I'm gonna tell unequivocally the craziest one.
you bring it out of me. I'm more normal regularly. Sure.
If you're just joining us, this has been Wild Arlene the Bush Pisser.
Oh,
Um,
no. I knew I shouldn't have told you that.
no. That absolutely made my week. And yeah, I'm super excited that you told that story. So As we put a ribbon on this episode, anything else of note that happened on the trip that we should mention? I don't wanna leave any gems out.
Goodness. I feel like I've revealed way too much of myself today as it is.
On the contrary,
Everything else was a perfectly reasonable and normal time, like a normal person would do. And that's how I am all the time.
okay, okay.
That's
Uh, there is one thing we did not talk about,
okay.
since our last call, and that is Jasper.
Jasper. Jasper,
Tell
Jasper,
us
Jasper.
about Jasper.
Well, Jasper. Jasper is he's my dog. He he's quite a character. Now, just some quick backstory here. He was he's from the woods. He was found that's what I like to say. He's from the woods because once you get to know him, you'll really see that. He was found I got him probably when he was, I want to say maybe 8 months, 9 months old, and he was found as a stray in the woods with his sister, and so when he was a stray, um, he was a stray during his formative puppy, like, socialization period, and he at that time, he was living in the woods, and he had, both him and his sister, and this is common in hound dogs, I understand, they had their eyelashes were growing inwards towards
Mm,
their eyes, the poor little
mm.
dogs. So they were basically, like, out there in the woods, living, like, blind. Um, so that's the dog I picked. So
Naturally, naturally.
yeah, which is very again, on brand. So, he's a very nice, he's a very good, just a good-natured dog. Like, he's a dog I wouldn't be worried about bringing around children, things like that. He's very like, he's really good-natured.
Yeah.
But he's afraid of, a lot of things. Like, we don't walk in our neighborhood, and, we live right, like, downtown in our city, so it's busy. He gets way too scared of that, so really forces me to get into the woods every single day, no matter what the
Love
weather is. We're going out to the woods. It gets dark here around 4 o'clock. When
Yeah.
I get done with work, usually around 5. So I've got to go into the dark woods. I put on a headlamp, hope I don't get murdered because this dog's not going to help me. Uh, but anyway, we're working on it. We've got a trainer, we bring well, the first time we went to training, he got, like, kicked out of training.
Oh,
They were like,
yeah.
"You need to help this dog." I was like, "Why? That's
Yeah.
why I'm bringing him here, okay? That's
You need to help this dog.
yeah, you do. I'm paying you to help me because I don't have the skills." So, anyway, we eventually did, he wouldn't even go into the training building. He gets so scared, but over time, after we've been there a few different times, then finally I can get him in, but he'll go in the car, and then I'll open the back door, and he'll go to the other side of the car, and then I'll go to the other side of the car, and he'll go over there. I'm like, I don't know what to do, bud. Like, I'm offering him cheese. He loves cheese.
Naturally.
Yeah. So then, like, this one time the lady's like, the vet's or the trainer's like, all right, so next time you guys get here, I want to see him like walk in the building by himself. And I was like, cool, train him to do that. Like, like,
You know what, lady? I'd also like to see that. Can we
yeah,
get some progress
yeah,
here?
that's why we're here. Okay. That's what
Oh,
we're doing here.
Jasper. I feel like you couldn't have a dog that was just normal though. That
No.
it just doesn't fit the whole situation.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't. And he's such a nice dog, and he's made quite a bit of progress so far, and I imagine he's gonna make a lot more. And it's just gonna be a trying time in between.
As it always is. Well, listen, we'll do a follow-up We'll see how young Jasper is doing on the next call. But as always, thank you so much for being here and telling me your amazing stories. Keep your eye out for the new t-shirt in the merch shop. Wild Arlene. I love you. Thank you so much. Everybody, this has been Alyssa. This is Sweeter After Difficulty. Please hit that subscribe button, set your notifications, share this out, tell everybody what's going on. We love having you as part of our community, and we are grateful that you're here. So until next time, thanks, everybody.